Edgy here, bringing you another Gen 1 video. In this one, we are continuing our series of turning points. This is turning point video number 2. And we're going to explore a battle here against Gonzo Cat 90. Gonzo Cat 90 is great. A lot of good battles over the years against him. So let's put this on slow, and we'll just kind of get into the battle here. So again, point of these videos is to show you a battle, and maybe it's not going in your way, and there's one really good move that helps you out. So we start off, we switch out from Rhyhorn to Venonat, and we get frozen by Nidorina, right? A bummer right off the start. So again, things aren't going our way here. Not the best matchup for initial Pokemon. Then we get frozen with our Sleeper, who is, you know, maybe not great, but can put things to sleep. So we decided to go to Clefairy here. We didn't really have many great options for Nidorina, unfortunately. And I'm still kind of getting used to these new levelings here. So Nidorina 82 is kind of a beast. I was surprised by how well it took everything. I thought 3 seismic tosses would definitely get it, but again, it gets a crit double kick and takes us down, so we're up against it. Articuno also going down to 71. I don't know its rolls very well anymore, so that's okay. Golbat comes out, which is surprising to me from Gonzo Cat, and we happen to just get a little lucky, break through that confusion, and get the crit. And now, suddenly, things are even at 4 apiece, which is kind of crazy. Kabuto comes out here, and we go to Seal, and Slash does so much damage. Whew. But we get this nice little surf off here, and so far it's been a pretty standard battle. No crazy plays, not a lot of switching, not a lot of status conditions, just kind of straightforward play. We have to reveal our last, it's Raichu, and so we go for Thunderbolt and doesn't quite get it here. So here's where things get interesting. Obviously, Gonzo Cat knows that we have Articuno. And so the big question on our minds is Gonzo Cat just going to go for it? Going to say, hey, I don't care that you have Articuno, I'm going Earthquake. Or it's going to say, you know what, I know you have Articuno, you're going to switch, I'm going to go Rock Slide. So that's kind of the 50-50 thing we have to decide on here. And we decide that we're going to stay in and go Surf. And there were 2 kind of factors that led into this decision. The first one was, if we switch out and we're wrong, we're in really, really big trouble. Because Rock Slide to Articuno, definitely a 2-shot. So if we switch out and we're wrong, we just lose. But the other thing that we felt confident with was that Earthquake wouldn't one-shot our Raichu. So we still kind of felt like what we might be able to do is stay in and Surf, and then maybe go out into Rhyhorn, who can eat something, right? Like I might think Dugtrio would go Earthquake and then Slash, or Earthquake and Body Slam, something like that, some combination. Probably not Earthquake. So we decide to stay in here with Raichu. He goes Body Slam, we don't get paralyzed. We go Surf, and we get the crit. Unbelievable. So turn 14 here really had the potential to be our turning point. But we continue to stay in here and just handle things. We don't get paralyzed again from Meowth. We get to go out into Rhyhorn here, who takes a Body Slam and doesn't get paralyzed himself. And now we think, let's just substitute. We'll substitute a few times. If Meowth gets fully paralyzed, we get it knocked out. It's really good. So we substitute again, but Gonzo switches into Kabuto. I think he realized that Kabuto is not going to be able to do much with an unparalyzed Raichu here. So we do get him with this Earthquake, which is awesome. And we still have a little bit of health left over, which is good too, because we really need it against his last Mewtwo. Level 58 Mewtwo just doesn't pack the same punch as it used to. Our Earthquake does massive damage. We've got Raichu that outspeeds the Mewtwo and probably two-shots it from this range. So we have one last decision here. Do we go Thunder Wave or do we go Thunderbolt? And you can't see from our moveset what our last move is here. But Gonzo Cat might fear Seismic Toss, might fear Body Slam. Our last move is in fact Thunder, though. So if Gonzo Cat had known that, he might have tried to Amnesia or Rest Up here. But instead he switches out to Meowth. And we decide to Thunderbolt, thinking he might switch. And then we get the Thunder to knock him out. And out comes Mewtwo now for a last gasp. What's he going to do? Is he going to Amnesia? We decide to just paralyze him as he gets fully paralyzed, which also works out really nicely for us. It forces the rest here, which is really, really lucky. If it was Recover Mewtwo, we might have been in bad shape. But once he's asleep now, it's just a matter of time before the crit. And there it is. So that's the game against Gonzo Cat here. And as I say, I believe it really turned way back here when we decided to stay in and surf against Dugtrio. So here's our turn, turn 14. We make the right call, and Showdown rewards us for that right call with a big-time crit that took us to victory. There were a couple other plays throughout the game that really went in our way, not getting paralyzed by any body slams, but this was the big one right here. Turned the battle on a dime. We were down a Pokemon and losing speed. Whew. And just wiping out that Dugtrio. That paved the way for us. So let me know your thoughts on this turning point. Not quite as epic as the first one, but still, I think a quality read and a quality play that put us back in the lead for this game. And then we never relinquished it. So GG's Gonzo Cat. I'm looking forward to more of these videos in the future.